Welcome to Film Riot. Today we're talking about educational things that I like and listen to or watch or read. Mostly watch and listen to. And we're going to talk about that right now. The first thing up is we have a bunch of new roundtables from The Hollywood Reporter. They do these every year, and they're always awesome. You have the Directors Roundtable, the Cinematographer Roundtable, the Writers Roundtable, and the Actor and Actresses Roundtable. All of them are great, somewhat candid sort of conversations where they talk about a lot of the process and the craft and what goes into their thinking when they approach their individual avenues of craft. And there's always really great pieces of info to take from it. The Cinematographer and Director Roundtables are always my favorites. Really great information coming from those, especially the cinematographer one. On this one, there were some really interesting moments, especially when film versus digital came up. And one of the cinematographers on the panel was bashing digital a little bit, and then Deakins it up a little bit with stuff like this.
I'd use an iPhone. I wouldn't. I'm fed up with this conversation. I think it's what's in the frame, and
it always is, isn't
how you light it.
Or this.
You know, in Blade Runner, we did all the colours in camera. Everything's actually on the digital negative. You know, so, I mean, but it's more fun doing it that way, apart from anything else.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So I just basically haven't changed at all. Really.
Good for you.
I just really love his mindset and approach to filmmaking and creating his images. As like he said, he would shoot it on an iPhone. It's about what's inside the frame, and I find that really inspirational. I just love his way of thinking, and even how he interacts with the community on his website. I just love that guy. I love him. Next is the Director's Cut podcast, which is the DGA's podcast. And every year they do something called Meet the Nominees, where they get the Oscar-nominated directors together and they do a panel discussion with a moderator there. And this is one of the best that I've ever heard. It's 3 hours long in total. They put it out in 3 parts, one week after the other. And there's so many pieces of amazing information there. And it didn't really feel like people were holding back, and were more really just being honest about the way that they approach the craft and those films in particular. Speaking of Oscar-nominated directors, moving on again, we have Guillermo del Toro's Shape of Water. Just came out for streaming and has really solid special features on it, including what they're calling a masterclass with Guillermo del Toro, where he goes through, again, more craft things when it came into making The Shape of Water. And again, some really, really solid information there. Next is a new masterclass, this one with Ron Howard. It's a class on directing, of course, and we have talked about it before, but I have been watching it, and it's excellent. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, from masterclass so far. I love the Scorsese one, but that one was a lot more about theory and about ideas. This Ron Howard class is a lot more practical and hands-on, with ideas that you can take and run with regardless of how you think of film. So definitely check that out if you're into masterclass. And speaking of that masterclass, thanks to the masterclass, I am listening to a book that he suggested. This one's called The Art of Dramatic Writing, and I'm listening to it because it's a lot easier for me to ingest it since I'm constantly on the go. Actually finding time to sit down and read something, at least currently, is very difficult. But I've also found that there's a few other books on there that I really love. Didn't know that there were audiobooks of them, but if you wanted to check them out, you have Story by Robert McKee and Dialogue by Robert McKee as well. Both excellent books, and The Art of Dramatic Writing I've really been digging as well. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely check it out. Domain.com has all your website needs, including .com and .net domain names, and an intuitive website builder so you can start building your identity online. Domain.com is affordable, reliable, and has the tools you need to build a new website so you can start sharing your ideas with the world on a professional website. No domain extension is going to help you tell that story like a .com or .net domain name, and if you want to brand yourself online, Domain.com has over 300 domain name extensions to fit your needs, from .club to .space. And of course, they're showing you some love by giving you 15% off the domain names, web hosting, and email when you get them at Domain.com. Just don't forget to use the coupon code FilmRiot when you're checking out. And when you think domain names, think Domain.com.
Logo.
So that's it for today. And before I go, there is a new challenge being passed around called the Lemons for Leukemia Challenge, where you eat a lemon and you create awareness for, and you yourself sign up for bone marrow transplant. And recently this happened.
I challenge Film Riot, Anna Akana, and Sawyer Hartman.
So there you have it. So I got a lemon. And I guess I'm going to eat it like an apple now. And of course, I'm going to sign up for the bone marrow transplant. And you should too, even if you're not a part of this crazy challenge. You should absolutely do that because it's a great cause. It's really important. You could literally save someone's life. So it is entirely worth it. And I'm just going to dive right in, I guess. Oh, that's way more gnarly than I thought it was going to be. Oh. Apparently there's a cut in my mouth too, which I wish I would have known before I bit into a lemon. Oh, that's awful. Carmichael made that look like not a big deal at all. That's terrible. So I'm going to nominate my friends Seth Worley, Andrew Kramer, and Eris Quinones from our sister show Variant. And for the rest of you, definitely check out a link in the notes below so you can go and donate as well. It's an amazing cause. And until next week, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.